I'm Susan BoYoung Bailey Schabacker, and I am currently living in the Winston-Salem area, downtown Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And I have good things and I have bad things, but I do want to preface this with a disclaimer to let you know that at the current moment, I'm grateful to be. Uh, this is not an urgent threat to my safety, but I am revealing this information publicly because I feel that it's important to inform people of the threats that were made and also to help people be aware of where these threats came from, and to prevent any further threats as well as them being carried out, from just from being in conversation and verbal abuse to becoming actual hate crimes. So my reasons for sharing this are to protect the safety of myself and of others, and also make you aware that there are some serious threats that have been going on and concerns in the community, and I want to make sure that we're preventing any of this, like I said, from becoming a possible crime. So this is an important time to take these important safety measures. I will be sharing information about what was said and also the screenshots so that you're aware. And the police department, I did file a account, a case that I have the number with, so I can keep track and follow up if any other information comes up, is revealed. But so I have contacted the police department already, and that's documented in their records, in the police records. And I've only been able to share what I have evidence of, with thanks to my friend Richard, and I'm not going to reveal his last name to protect his privacy. But he is the one who shared the text thread with the death threats in it, and I was able to share that then with the police department. So I'm going to give you the information about this, but I want you to know that thankfully I am not in an immediate safety, precarious safety. I am okay, and for thanks to all the supporters and people who are trying to keep me safe, and so yeah, so that's why I'm sharing this. And let me just share. Want to keep this brief, but basically on Christmas Eve, 2022, so last year, so the December 24th, 2022, I shared music in a 3-hour set. I was standing there and sharing music for 3 hours with no pay and no food. And I was doing it out of the goodness of my heart. I wasn't doing it for money. And I wanted to have a special tribute for the homeless and hungry in our community who I've made friends with and would love to help. So I met Richard, who is actually a School of the Arts jazz musician, very talented, and I hopefully will be performing with him. But I want to make sure that, that your police department's aware of his affiliation. He's blocked this person who made the threats, but was in contact with her at the time. So basically what happened was, I met him that evening, and then many months later, I returned to the church, being the Dwellings Church, which has a new location on Broad Street, but they were, at the time, located on Spring Street, I think, yeah, over by the library. But anyway, so nothing bad to say about the Dwellings. They've helped the community so much with the hungry and the homeless, and provided great resources, and I wanted to team up to help as well. But that's where I had met Richard, and Richard showed me a couple months later the text thread conversation he'd had with someone who purported to be named Mary, and the picture affiliated with her account seemed to me right away that was seemed to be a fictitious spam account based on the picture. That was an assumption I made, and it was correct. My care team member and I did research, looked up that number, and it was affiliated with this other person, female name, two account holder names with the same first name, so possibly her maiden name and her other name, her married name, last name. So basically, this person purporting to be married to somebody else, which I figured was the case, but we got verification of that, and in a text stream, she posted a picture of me to my friend Richard, and it was a picture she had gotten evidently from his Facebook profile, which she'd been stalking. And they originally met on WhatsApp, the WhatsApp app, and she was interested in him apparently as a love interest, and had been following him on social media, so Facebook. And so I checked his profile on Facebook, and he'd posted a lot of pictures of me and of my other friend Richard, power of attorney Richard, and this at the Dwellings church Christmas Eve. And so she got one of those pictures with me in the red dress, which you'll see, and posted it in the text message, and asked if he knew who I was. Do you know this girl? And then she proceeded to say she's been kidnapped by the bad guys and they're going to kill her. And he said, and his response, was trying to protect my best interest. Please help her. I don't know why you're saying this. And then he proceeded to block her from his phone. And he said, and his response, was trying to protect my best interest. Please help her. I don't know why you're saying this. And then he proceeded to block her from his phone and shared this with me, and I made sure that he took screenshots to share so I could share that with the police department. I am sharing that publicly to try to take preventative safety measures in case any other threats are made or attempts, which is what we're trying to avoid. So if you know any extra information about this, if you heard death threats or other plans, that need to be dealt with right away, please don't hesitate to contact the police department and let them know this, and you can share this video, this information. I'm grateful for everybody who is trying to keep not just me but everybody in the community safe in our country, and try to be part of the solution, not the problem. And this has very much been a scary thing, and I'm grateful that it has not precipitated into anything more scary than that. And we have a human right to feel safe and to feel not threatened and not verbally abused, or that our lives are at risk, in any way. And that's a human right that we should have, not just in a community but in our country and in our world. And to there are a lot of kidnapping and murders and abuse everywhere in the world. That's the bad side. That's the flip side of the coin. That's the reality. But I just want to say thank you to everybody who is an advocate for human rights, for animal rights, and for being able to protect and defend our rights and freedoms that we are entitled to. So thank you everybody who is committed to that and who cares. It's very much important to being able to live life to the fullest and not live life in fear. And thank you for your compassion and understanding and being able to relate to that this is a real issue. And I'm I'm going to take a death threat seriously. A lot of people have said, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal." I like to think that, being an optimist, I, have certain sense of innocence and naivety in thinking, "Oh, yeah, everybody wants what's in everybody's best interest. Everybody wants the best, and nobody's gonna try to hurt me or take things away from my life, or. But that's not always the case, and you can't always trust people. And the police department, and people who work in this area, where they know people's evil side, they know that's not always the case. And it's unfortunate, it's sad that we have to deal with this, but we have to take responsibility wherever we can, to be able to protect and defend our human rights and our safety. And so this is my way of speaking up about this. So let's work together, and that's, the neighborhood watch. That's very important. And teaming up, protection in numbers, being part of the community. The more isolated you are and you feel, you're also putting yourself at risk. So the more you can reach out, communicate, and let people know, what's been said, what's been going on. If I were to keep this bottled up and be isolated and be at risk and be in places where, I'm not always safe, then yeah, it could result in something like some criminal nature. But I don't want that to happen, so I'm doing the best I can to speak out against this. While it's not a big issue, it's just so I hope that you'll do the same, to look out for yourself and for others. I know that grateful for your care and your support. And I'm going to be taking a break to focus on health and healing. I'm going to be posting my advocacy letters about that to give you an update, those of you who care about my health and well-being as well. And I care about yours too. And together we're going to work together to make our communities and our country and our world a better, safer, healthier place to live in. So that has a great impact directly on our happiness. And I hope that, with God's provision and power and protection, on that level, as well as what we do in humanity to come together and protect ourselves and our communities, our country, and it has a ripple effect. So, protecting somebody else can protect someone else. And, let's work together to do this, to make this world a better place. Okay. Thank you, everybody.